All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to episode 63 of the RnRGzrs show. Got a great show for you here tonight, man. We start out with an update on the Janet Jackson concert, which created some problems. We got Alex Skolnick getting into the Roger Waters drama. We've got, of course, a Nikki Sixx update. We can't go without a Nikki Sixx update, and Queen looks like their music could be on the move. Brian May, he's got a project coming up. Avenged Sevenfold, update on them. We'll be seeing them this summer. John Geezer Mellencamp got an update on him, as it's pretty cool. And so much more coming up, ladies and gentlemen. But I can't do this without the help of my partner in crime. That would be Doc Fox. How's it going, Doc?
Yeah, it's going all right, man. Things are going pretty good. Summer's is almost here officially, but weather-wise, it's pretty much upon us, man. It's been really nice. So, yeah, welcome to all the rock and roll fans, especially our subscribers, our favorite folks out there. Thank you so much for your support and telling a friend. And if you're just coming across us and you haven't before, and please consider subscribing. It would be most appreciated. And that's what we do every week. We get the rock and roll news and give it to you every week, and get a couple laughs, hopefully, and have a good time. Sometimes we do concert reviews. We didn't do any concert reviews this week. We didn't have any, but we do have an update from last week's concert review.
Yeah, we sure do. We went to see Janet Jackson's concert, and if you recall, we mentioned how as we were walking out about 10 o'clock, because we're geezers, we're tired, we're old. We're walking out, there's still hundreds, maybe thousands of people walking in. And we thought, my goodness, this is odd, since the show's almost over, that we come across this headline here. The traffic troubles lead to hundreds of fans missing the majority of concert in Tinley Park. And there it was. Yeah, hundreds of fans. The ones that were walking in when we were walking out, it was all the traffic issue.
Right.
I don't understand why. It's not the cops coming in, because everything was hunky-dory coming in. So it must have been an issue with the venue itself. But it's funny. They had one fan here, Jim Ryan. Oh, this guy's a hoot.
Oh, yeah.
In 30 years, I never had an issue until Saturday night, said Jim Ryan. And here we go. According to Ryan, he hit a local bar on the way to the show Saturday night, assuming he had plenty of time to kill before the concert. Remember,
keyword, assuming.
Remember, they were warning us. Big crowds.
That's
Get
right.
there
Yep.
early. They were
That's
warning us.
exactly right. Yep.
Instead, it took him and his friends 2.5 hours to get there, and he missed most of the show. Well, here we go. He's on 183rd. He bought 1 miles from the venue, and he walked out of his bar at 7:30. That's when the show started.
Right.
And he's only walking out of the bar?
Yeah.
What kind of dumbass is that? And then he sat down at the venue at 10:03. So he was one of them people walking in as we were heading out.
Yeah.
Well, it serves him right. I thought I had plenty of time. It's only Janet Jackson, amazing.
Well, obviously, he had no interest in seeing the opener, Ludacris, the opener. Quite honestly, I thought he was better than Janet, but
yeah,
more entertaining anyway.
Absolutely. And we'll get more into that concert later.
Yeah, that's
on.
why I was kind of reading some of the comments of people. Yeah, that's why I don't go there. Excuse me. That's why I don't go there anymore. Traffic's horrible. You can never get in. You can never do this. And I'm like, I've never had that much. I mean, yeah, it's no worse or better than anywhere else. I mean, it's
we had no problem getting in and parking. We had no problem getting in and parking. The only problem was once we parked and got up to the venue, they didn't open the gates up early. So which they needed to do. They should have the parking open up at 5:30 or whatever. They should have had the gates open at 5:30. So the people that were already there early, like they told us, get right on in. But no, not Jim Ryan. Oh no, I'm going to sit at this bar here and assume that hey, I'm Jim Ryan coming through. Watch out. Hey,
I'm a 30-year veteran. I know the ropes.
Yeah, attention parking crew. I've just got a message. Jim Ryan is on his way. So what?
That's like, you
dope.
remember while we were in line, and then some guy comes up to the front of the line. He's got the exact same pass we do. I pay, and everybody's just in unison, like 1,000 people yelled at him. We all paid for it.
Yeah, for that fast pass, which was not fast, and then the metal detector breaks down. So it was a good time. Good time was had by all. But yeah, so there.
Interesting. It made the local news though. Yeah, that it's big.
Oh yeah,
I guess that they were looking into anybody that came in after she started, or maybe you get some, I don't know, some sort of refund. They didn't really say, but I guess they can tell by scanning. It's gonna be time stamped, and they'll know when you came in and who came in when, and I don't know.
Well, so they stated, quote, we understand that the traffic delays and parking issues on Saturday night were incredibly frustrating for fans. Our team has already proactively connected with fans who entered the building after the start of the headliner. So maybe they're trying to at least do something about it. So
yeah,
they got to get their
But quite honestly, like you said, they put out, what more could they have done? They put out the warning. They put out, please come early, please, and yeah, it was a clusterfuck from whatever, but but
yes, it was.
We withstood it, and we got in on time, and so did thousands of other people. So
yeah, exactly. We had plenty of time, as a matter of fact.
Oh yeah,
which I love. I love watching the crowd. I love people watching.
Yeah,
and drinking.
And we were as early as we were there. We were much further up on the hill than we normally are, so people took heed of the warning and were coming early for sure. But
yeah,
apparently there's just such a big crowd. Everybody's, I don't know.
Yep. It was a mess. It was a truly mess. Oh, there's Janet rocking out right there. Yeah. Good. No, that ain't Janet. What the hell am I talking about? Okay. Anyway. Oh, Roger Waters has been on our radar for quite a while now.
Oh yeah.
Gee, but he just can't seem to get
Roger,
out of trouble.
Always in hot waters.
Always in hot waters. And this time it's from this guy with the funky streak in his hair, and that would be Alex Skolnick. Oh, Alex Skolnick, guitars of Testament.
Yeah.
Yes, Testament indeed. And he basically goes on the side of Roger in that in terms of him wearing a Nazi style outfit at the concert in Germany. It was just to portray the song itself, which was pertained to that. Yeah, it pertained to that subject. So Skolnick, he just sort of blew it off, and
it doesn't have the SS. It has the crisscross hammers. Remember that was the symbol.
Right. Oh yes, yes.
They had
Well, he says he's got a couple of points. He says, "I'm loath to defend." Is he English? Do you know?
No.
Okay, I'm loath to defend RW these days, but the fact is, this is a segment of Pink Floyd The Wall that critiques fascism, works in context, has been performed for decades without incident, and the album was co-produced by somebody my family might call a nice Jewish boy, Bob Ezrin. Yeah, but these are weird times, And number two, he says, no, it doesn't excuse RW's garbage he's been spewing lately, quote, pro-Putin, Assad, etc. And there are plenty of legitimate things to go after him for. But please, leave the wall out of it. And if you're offended by this, whatever you do, don't read the lyrics to In the Flesh. I'll have to go check that out. Probably brutal. And that's all good and fine. But then,
I know the song. I'm trying to think of the lyrics. I don't know. I'd have to look at them.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that. But, and then, his guitar remarks were very, very soothing, very, very midstream and whatnot. Not bad at all. Here comes good old David Draymond from Disturbed. Here he goes. What he writes in response is, guess which anti-Semitic piece of shit is up to his old tricks again and actually upping the ante? Defenders of dictators, lover of Putin, the living, breathing antithesis of everything he's supposed to represent. I give you Roger Waters. So here we go. There's not Waters' universe is pretty bizarre, man. It's coming from all angles.
Yes,
he's getting it from all angles, indeed. But
for different reasons.
That's a sign of a controversial person who, hey, right. That's how shit gets done, is when people like this speak. You see both sides.
Yeah,
but then the stuff he said, though,
It's the stuff he said, but as far as this concert, and you know, I'm guessing it was highlighted and it was brought in, you know, on a lot of people's radar because he was first canceled, right? They couldn't have it there, and then he went to court and won the court case and had it in Berlin and Frankfurt, so two major cities in Germany. And then they see him with the stuff from the wall that he's been doing for years.
Right.
And I'm sure other than this, they don't know jack shit about Roger Waters, man.
Radio, they don't know nothing there about you go. Yeah.
You know, and then all of a sudden, well, I gotta go check this guy out. And then they see him in that imagery, and they're, oh my God, you know, clutching pearls, and you know, oh my God, this is horrible.
Yeah, but, they just don't realize the history. He's been doing this forever.
Anybody saw the movie that's been out 40 years.
I wonder if he still builds the wall throughout the concert. I know one of his previous concert, they would build a wall during the concert. Big wall, crazy. So another controversial figure. But hey, you know, that's what, you know. Some musicians are made to you know, rustle up crap, you know, and rustle, you know, go against the norm. And boy,
that's the thing. Even, you know, when you want to like him and you want to take his side, he'll say something that you can't defend, it, you can't get behind, and you know, so that he has no friends left, basically. I don't think.
Yeah. So, oh well, you know, Roger, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. Sure did write some great songs, though. All some great lyrics. Oh,
indeed, that's for damn
unbelievable. Sure. Here's somebody who I don't think ever wrote a great lyric in his life, and that would be Nikki Sixx.
Oh, come on!
I'm just saying. I don't know.
Girls, come on. That's
I swear to you, Doc Vox, legend. I was watching the movie The End was on Access TV today, as a matter of fact, this morning or something. Or yes, recently I watched it, and I'll be doggone. I'm watching it, and the camera's up there on Nikki Sixx, and he does one of these things, and I'm hearing the bass plunking. It's like, wait a minute, they were doing it last year, the year.
That's impossible. That's impossible.
He's
you can't believe what you're actually seeing and hearing, Murph. You got to go by what they're telling you.
I've only been a musician since '69, so what the hell do I know? It's amazing, though. Yeah, he does one of those. He gets so into the song or something that he forgets. Boom! He throws up both his arms, and I can hear the doom doom doom. Oh shit! Okay, whatever, my man. But anyway, yeah, Nikki Sixx. He's you know, he's been taking bass lessons and stuff. What do you think about that,
well,
Doc?
This is just such an ongoing story. Just to kind of catch up, if I can kind of summarize where we're at and what's been going on. Stuff gets piled on from week to week, and it's hard to keep track of what's going on. So, going back, I guess the very beginning was the 2014 where they were good. That was the last tour. That was the final end for sure. And then, of course, in the meantime, they come out with that movie, The Dirt, a documentary or whatever on Motley Crue, and supposedly raise interest in the population, general population of Motley Crue. So, oh, hey, let's go back out on tour. So they do the big stadium tour with Def Leppard. They get everybody out. Mick Mars, he's, you know, declining in health, but he goes out, says, all right, I'll do it one more time. They get to the end of the tour, and they say, hey, let's keep doing this. Let's take it worldwide. And Mick says, no, I'm out, guys. I can't do anymore. So they release a statement saying Mick Mars is retired. He's just retired from the road. He's still part of Motley Crue. And, you know, seemed totally legit. Everything seemed, you know, that seemed cool. And then, so as time goes on, he's replaced by John Five. And then in the meantime, you're seeing these videos start popping up, fan videos of the concert last year. And there's some of Tommy. You can see the hi-hats hit, and Tommy's not up at the drums yet. You can see the stuff you're talking about with Nikki, and you know, so all these things start popping up. So then, Mick sues Motley Crue for access to the financial records. He feels he's getting screwed. Mm-hmm. So then Nikki comes back that, you know, Mick was kind of, he was kind of out of it last tour. He was forgetting songs. He wasn't playing stuff he should have been playing, blah, 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 blah. So then Mick fires back to Nikki that he played an entire note, not one note on the entire tour of the last stadium tour. So with going with what Mick has said, And then also his buddy Carmen Appice, he's kind of joined in. He's kind of times kind of been his, kind of surrogate mouthpiece, I guess, for Mick. He's kind of spoke up a few times. So it's been going the back and forth. Now Bob Rock, the producers come in, they're working on a new album, and it said that he was brought in to play the more complicated bass parts that Nicky couldn't handle. And then there was some, he was in an interview and said that Nicky made some statements on the first few albums. It wasn't him. And it was taken out of context because he was speaking to the fact that he was, so wasted or so bad back then or whatever. So this whole thing is just, it gets fed from all kinds of streams, man. This whole river's got all kinds of tributaries going into it. So, so now, Bob Rock is he's taking back his statement, and and he says at no time did I ever actually think Nicky didn't play bass on Motley Crue records. He's one of the most unique and talented players in the world. So it's right there. You're losing credibility right there, and his approach to the instrument is part of what has made Motley Crue great throughout the years. Then he says, lastly, I was commenting and commending Nicky because he never stops improving. And he was speaking to the fact that he's still taking lessons, which prompted a fan to ask, why do you still need to take lessons? And then Nicky kind of just responded in a long-winded kind of, I do that, and I take vocal lessons, and guitar and piano lessons too. So I'm always trying to get better. So what? So this all turns into a big thing. And then we see this headline, not to go on too much about it. I got to get this out. We see this headline from Carmen Appice, who, like we said, he's been in the picture before. He's had some things to say before. So this is, totally plausible. And the headline reads, Carmen Appice says Carol Kay played on early Motley Crue records. That's the headline. and right away you're like,
oh geez,
come on,
check that out.
No way.
Carol Kay, legendary bass player for the Wrecking Crew. And if you don't know the Wrecking Crew, you need to educate yourself. But yeah, what the hell, anybody can spew anything online. What do you think about that?
Right. So then obviously, and this, we go through so much of this to bring in the news to you guys every week. There's so much clickbait and just, the sensationalism in the headlines. And then it comes out, oh, he was joking. Oh yeah. What, they have Carol Kay come? It's not even worth putting in print, but the fact that somebody can put that headline out there,
Carol Kay,
for clickbait, which, great clickbait. You look at the comment, and there's tons of comments of people that don't even read the article. They just go, really? Yeah.
Carol Kay, what was it, like 10,000 songs she's been on?
Oh, geez.
I don't doubt it. Yeah, I think it was something like 10,000 songs, ladies and gentlemen. Carol Kay, the Wrecking Crew.
Anything you heard through the 60s is probably her, man.
Yeah, Wrecking Crew. You got Tommy Tedesco. You got Blaine, the drummer.
Hal Blaine.
Hal Blaine. You got Glenn Campbell. I mean,
Glenn Campbell.
You had some crazy good people on. Legend. The Wrecking Crew. Gosh, we ought to do a show about that. But there's too much stuff going on otherwise, so we can never get to it.
We talked about them before the show.
Oh boy, geez. So
anyway, just the point that
Nikki Sixx always in the news. So. Here's something interesting, interesting little ditty. Queen. God, we all love Queen. Oh, there we go. I'm part of them right now. Look at that, Doc. I just need to set the lighting right, and I could fit right in. Yeah, fit right in Freddie's place. I don't think so. But their music catalog, holy schmoly. Here's a headline. Queen's music catalog reportedly has a $1 billion price tag. And then for some reason, they end the headline with doubling Bruce Springsteen's. What the hell does that have to do with anything?
Well, that's currently the top one, I guess. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. I don't doubt it. That boy, what a cat. They got a good catalog of music. I'd be surprised at the $1 billion thing. That's sort of like a Beatles type of price, or a Stones or something. Beach Boys, some of the super echelons. But I guess Queen, $1 billion. Hey.
I've been seeing them a lot on social media, scrolling through and our different rock pages that we look for, articles in. and they'll have surveys or whatever. Greatest rock group ever, and Queen comes up. Queen is beating the Beatles in a lot of those. So I think younger generation.
That's it though.
Probably the Bohemian Rhapsody movie kind of opened a lot of kids up to them. But
and I'll tell you, the youngsters. Number one, the youngsters need to watch A Hard Day's Night and Help, and understand, especially in A Hard Day's Night, that all the kids running at him and stuff, that wasn't fake. That was actual reality that they went. The youngsters need to see that and understand just what Beatlemania was like back then, because it was.
Well, I think they're seeing the potential. If this generation is feeling that way, the potential for their music would, even 1.1 was actually they say 1.1 billion. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They say they're in talks actually with a few potential buyers. So it's not
really?
just one potential buyer. So
you may be even more than that once they get done with it.
Yeah,
they start having a bidding war.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's going to kind of tilt the market heavily. I don't know who else is out there that hasn't sold yet, but maybe like I said, the Beach Boys or something like that. I don't know, but
wow, that's crazy.
Anybody else, they're going to be
Queen is something
standard, so.
There's a video out there on YouTube of oh geez, I'm having a brain fart. I'll have to pass on a minute. But the whole crowd was singing the Bohemian. They playing the song over the PA before Green Day before Green Day came on stage, and the whole stadium was singing along.
Oh yeah, everybody.
With Freddie. I mean, it was amazing. I mean, really singing hard and loud. So that sort of tells you right there, And if the movie is correct, that schmuck record guy who didn't think the song was worth a damn, boy, at some point he really had to have regrets. If you saw the movie Bohemian Rhapsody, they introduce. Oh, talk me.
Mike Myers. Mike Myers.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
the guy who turned down. Was he heavily in makeup or what?
Oh yeah, heavily.
Oh my gosh.
And then he even makes a comment about something like, I can't envision kids headbanging to this in in their car, in their AMC page or whatever it was. He even kind of,
my gosh. Like how cool is that? But so they've got staying power. That music will have staying power forever. The vocals that, who was it? Roger Dean, drummer?
Roger Taylor
and Freddie did were just amazing. Roger Taylor did all the really high stuff. And boy, them vocals, the harmonies are just magnificent. So
here's the thing too, and now to get in the thing, and everybody knows I'm a Springsteen fan. If you don't, I'm a Springsteen fan. So Springsteen is totally apparently the highest right now, I guess, at $500 million, 500 million. So people, 1.1 billion, but they're splitting that 4 ways.
Yeah.
So Bruce is still, he's one guy. So I mean, if you want to look at it that way, he's still,
I wonder if Bruce is going to get any of the little Steven. Hey, little Steven, if you go get us some burgers, I'll give you $10. All right, as long as I don't got to see any of those. Never mind. Okay.
I'll buy you fly, Stevie. Come on, man.
I haven't heard anything from Stevie lately, so apparently he's not looking out for Nazis or whatever he was doing. I don't know. He's doing some crazy stuff. But
they have sold Queen. They have sold 300 million records worldwide. So.
Not surprised, man. They're so amazing. Freddie was just the bomb. I'm not amazed. I'm not surprised at all. Now here we go. Here's an interesting little thing. Where is he? Where's Brian May's floating head?
Yay!
Here it is. Here's Brian May's floating head right there. He saved the world.
He's come to save us all.
I've talked about this. I don't know. I probably in earlier shows, I probably mentioned Brian May's floating head. Back in the 70s, me and a friend were, I told this story. We're up at a place called Coliseum in Madison, and I saw this. They had a humongous video screen, and I saw this great song with Brian May's floating head called Starfleet. And I didn't hear it for decades after that. And then I found it on YouTube. Brian May's floating head doing a Starfleet with, of course, Eddie Van Halen doing a guitar lead on it. And here's the headline. This is crazy. Brian May and Eddie Van Halen Starfleet box set announced. So Brian May is gonna make some money off of this deal too. And the funny thing is, this video It's no longer on YouTube. I don't think it's no longer on the internet. I did a heavy search and I can't find it anywhere. The original Starfleet, because he redid the music, he re-engineered it and all that, and so because of that, he eliminated the original, which really bites because it's a very cool video.
Oh yeah, once you go out and buy the new stuff,
Starfleet,
yeah.
Starfleet was I think it was a British version of like Thunderbirds, if you remember that, the marionettes, you know, like yeah, like
Yeah,
World
that's awesome.
Police,
Right,
yeah,
right.
yeah. So and they had Brian May do a bunch of music for it, and you know,
Yeah, I
and
guess
he
his kids were into the show or something, so he did it based
how
on
cool
that.
is that? Yeah, so he's
But yeah,
putting out
I'd love to find out how they hooked up. But yeah, somehow in what '83, I think it came out. They '83, they found themselves both. You know, no, neither one was on the road. So it was Brian May and Eddie Van Halen, and who they have on bass, Fred Mandel. Or no, he was keyboards. Fred Mandel. He's played with Alice Cooper and Pink Floyd.
who was the
Bass
drummer?
player. Let me get to that. They had a bass
Okay.
player, Phil Chen, who's been with Jeff Beck and Rod Stewart. Roger Taylor, the drummer for Queen, but he wasn't the drummer. He was there for background vocals. But the drummer was Alan Gratzer from REO Speedwagon.
Yeah, I saw him. I saw him with Ario back. He was the original drummer back in the day. I saw him a whole bunch. I couldn't believe that when I saw that. It's like, oh my god!
So like I said, this is '83. This is right, you know, their peak, you know, right in their heyday. So
that is so crazy
probably,
cool.
Yeah, he was probably a hot commodity at that time. But
yeah, but it's going to be called the Brian May plus Friends Starfleet Sessions. It's going to be a box set. It's going to have 2 CDs, 1 vinyl LP, a vinyl single, and other collector items. That's pretty cool.
But it's like 3 songs, right? It's like 3 songs.
Let me see the full track listing and listen to the new track below. Where's the track listing? I don't know what the hell. Oh my! Let me see.
It's basically 3 songs of.
No, wait a while now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 songs.
Was different remixes of.
Oh yeah, but it looks
takes of the same songs.
Yeah, different takes at different theaters and all sorts of weird stuff. So it sounds like a lot of fun. The original thing was so funny. I used to post it on my Facebook page and say, you know, Brian May's floating head is here to save the world. And sadly, though, yeah, that video's gone. So I'm sure he'll be putting out some new video or something. But you know,
it won't be his floating head.
No, see, therein lies the problem.
Yeah,
I gotta find that though. I knew they'd have. I knew they would have his floating head online somewhere, and I found it there. And yes, his floating head saved the world. It was the greatest video, and it just sucks that it's gone. But if I find it, you know, I'm gonna post it. So gonna keep on looking. We'll see. Maybe they'll show up somewhere. But Brian May, you know, that was a very cool project. That song. And it's been remastered and stuff, and it sounds great. So if you come across it, it'll sound great, but there's just no video to it. Therein lies the problem. So, hey, I'll tell you what isn't a problem. You know, we've got a great concert schedule this year, and one of the folks we're seeing is Avenged Sevenfold. These clowns, these total clowns. You know, boy, they screwed with the internet big time. M Shadows, you know, the singer, he admits that the band was behind an alleged hack that falsely announced festival cancellations. This is so bizarre.
It is so bizarre.
I want to see them just because they screwed around like this. It's the most bizarre thing they did. I don't understand why. They did it for publicity, but
to promote the new album.
It's weird publicity, though.
It was just like you said, like Frank Zappa said, you know, there's no such thing as bad publicity. So just anything bizarre, I guess, to get your name out there. And I guess now they're coming clean about it. So that's just more ways to get publicity about it. I mean, it's just more getting your name. We're talking about it. So so what happened was they went on they have their own podcast, I guess, called Tracks. And M Shadows, they said it was they say it was M Shadows on there, and he was talking about that they had 2 festivals lined up. They were at Welcome to Rockville and Sonic Temple, and this is going back, I don't know, a month or 2. And they announced that they weren't going to be able to make it because they were finishing up the album. And so then it comes out, shortly after that. No, we've been hacked. We didn't cancel. We're going to be there. We've been hacked. Right.
Our accounts were compromised over the weekend.
Yes. Yeah. That's how we put it. Yeah. So, so that was up like immediately on Twitter. Says, yikes, this is not true. We are still playing, getting to the bottom of this. Our accounts were compromised, have been recovered. Our festival appearances have not been canceled. So now he's coming out and saying that they were responsible for that. Just to get.
It says now in an interview with Rockfeed, M. Shadows, whose name is Matt Sanders. Come on, Matt. M. Shadows. Yeah. He acknowledged that he and the rest of Avenged Sevenfold were in on the fake announcement, partly as a way to promote their new album. Oh my gosh. What a bunch of nuts. And oh geez. This is so.
If you read the article, I'll just try to paraphrase here, but nobody was in on it. They didn't let the record company know. They didn't let their management know. They didn't let the promoters know or anybody.
Because they all would have said no.
Exactly. Yeah. So there was one woman that worked with their management named Samantha that they mentioned, and he told her. I guess they felt like they could confide in her, and she was right away. We need to tell people and let them know. No, you can't. It'll spoil it. You can't let anybody know. So I don't know. It sounds like kind of a childish kind of prank to me, but
Oh, M. Shadows. Oh, we're going to be seeing them. So
we are. And I want to like them because they're one of my daughter's bands, and they've got a couple
one
of the
songs.
New young rock bands, that you want to kind of support.
They got a couple of songs up there that are pretty cool. So
yeah.
I'm sort of looking forward to seeing Avenged Sevenfold. Oh yeah. Moving on. Oh, this is great. All right, so that sort of does it with his Avenged Sevenfold, if you will. But boy, coming up, here we go. John Geezer Mellencamp. Holy cow. I saw this headline and it was just intriguing as heck. It says, John Mellencamp tells fans, shut the fuck up or he'll end the show. So obviously, he is indeed a geezer, if you will. A curmudgeon, another possible word.
Yes, he's quite cantankerous.
Cantankerous. There you go.
Yes,
but
very much so,
it's funny. But and it's funny you say that because the first paragraph here says, John Mellencamp has spent decades perfecting his reputation as one of classic rock's most uncompromising figureheads, one who's not afraid to shift into full-blown cantankerousness as needed. He displayed both qualities during his May 25th concert in Cleveland, warning attendees that he would cut the performance short if they didn't, quote, shut the fuck up. Oh, my gosh. Wow. And the thing is, according to the Cleveland Scene, the venue posted signs in its lobby that warned, this show respects theater etiquette. So, man, oh man, there you go. Oh geez, whatever theater etiquette is, that probably means shut the hell up until he's done playing.
Yeah.
But and then they
turn off cell phones. All that.
Yeah. And then they start the show with a 30-minute classic movie montage. Open a show. I'd be pissed off at that point already. So,
that's bizarre that you say that because I saw him once.
Oh.
And the time I saw him, he had Lucinda Williams opening up for him, which that's fine. She was cool and everything. But before her, even they had this this spoken word guy came out, and he got booed off. Man, he got booed off. Nobody wanted to hear his shit. Nobody wants. Yeah, nobody wants to hear that crap, man. And you go, oh, but wait, kept hey, let me finish. No, nobody wants to hear what you got to say, dude. But yeah, so apparently he's got a thing for having different kind of opening acts than if he's doing a movie like that. I don't know.
Ah, boy, but yeah, and he let it be known early in the set that, quote, I don't like people screaming from the fucking audience. It's like, geez, boy, you sure are nice. And then of course when he's singing, one of the ticket holders shouted at him to quote, play the fucking music, after he reportedly appeared to criticize the United States. Oh, geez. That's when the gloves came off, according to this. He said, "Listen, hey, you guys. Oh, geez, it's hard to do a cantankerous thing. If these people don't shut the fuck up, I'm just gonna leave, okay?" Mellencamp told the audience, "because I'm not used to this crap. Look, guys, if I wanted to play in this type of drunken environment, I'd play outside or I'd play in the arena." It's like, man, oh man, what a jerk off. Sorry, but really, fuck off then. We won't come and see you. I don't know. I just,
for him to say I'm not used to this crap. I mean, he came up through the bars and stuff. He's used to loudmouth drunks, dude. You
I don't get it,
don't
man.
stop a show to address it. You don't give him that power to, but and I guess he's had similar instances in Texas and Kentucky. He had similar instances where he's definitely a rocks get off my lawn kind of old guy,
He was playing a show there in Texas, I believe, and he says right before the acoustic part, "This is the quiet part, so keep your fucking mouth shut," according to the Dallas Observer. And then a woman in the audience broke the rule and shouted his name, and then he fired back, What did I just fucking say? But thank you." So man, cantankerous. Holy cow. And
dude, you got how many? I don't know how many people are at this show. Like 20,000, I'm guessing. I'm guessing. I don't know. Probably. You gotta keep 20,000 people quiet, man. Come on, dude. Come on.
Jeez. Well,
I've even been to Springsteen shows where he tries to, get it down and get everybody real down. And there's always somebody that's got to, take advantage of that moment and yell out, "I love you, Bruce," or whatever,
Well, don't be throwing around F-bombs at your audience. Gee, be glad, be appreciative that they're there to see you. Instead, hey, but like you say, he's been a cantankerous old fuck forever. So I don't care if they like me or not. I don't care if they like me, damn it. Blood on the tracks, blood on the coal, and tracks on the blood. I don't know, damn it. But
blood on the scarecrow. That's where you're going.
Okay, somewhere like that. Yeah, okay. But yeah. So, cantankerous old. Man, cantankerous old.
He's married to Meg Ryan, and one time America's sweetheart. Man.
Oh my God, was she?
Now she ended up with him, man. I don't know.
Wow. Well, if you've seen her lately, well, just never mind. But plastic surgery sometimes isn't the best thing. But I think her best performance was in Joe versus the Volcano. So that's where I'm coming from, anyway. But anyway, yeah.
This is the. I mean, he still lives in Southern Indiana, and he's just, kind of a, I don't know, whatever you want to call him, Southern Indiana hillbilly, I guess. But
hill rock.
Yeah, there was for a while there, and actually on one of his album covers, he's got a patch on his eye, and he got that from him and his son getting into a fight, and his son clocking him.
All right.
It's like what the hell's going on at the Mellencamp house, man? I can't believe Meg would go for that sort of thing.
Oh man, having your own son clock you, jeez.
Right?
That you must be a real jerk off for that, God.
Right?
Either of my sons clock. I got two sons that either clock me, man. They'd knock me in the next.
I can imagine that.
Holy cow! Wow. So you must have been a real jerk. So it serves you right, man. Ha. But here we go. Nuns and Moses. Yeah, there they are. Yeah, early version of Nuns and Moses. Yeah, they're out on tour, and this is pretty cool. I'm more interested in their opening acts than I actually am with them, because they've got some really great opening acts on their tour. They're doing.
Yeah, but the way the poster looks, it looks like they're all going to be there. It's all one show, is the way it kind of looks. But no, it's each one of the one will be at each show or whatever.
Yeah, and it's very cool. The Pretenders, I don't know if they just started a tour, or if they've been on tour or whatever.
Well, the Pretenders were on tour in Europe with them.
Oh, okay.
So this is an extension of that, I guess. So
all right,
they're on already.
All right, now Dirty Honey. We saw Dirty Honey opening up for
Black Crowes,
and they were really good. They they brought the rock real.
They got a lot of old school Aerosmith in them.
Yeah, a lot of honest rock and roll there, man. Really, really
little old
sharp.
school Stones, but yeah, it was a lot
highly
old
suggested.
Aerosmith in them.
Yeah, Dirty Honey, highly suggested. And the Warning,
Yeah, I'm not familiar with them.
You're not either. Oh, now I'm freaked out, man. Now I'm freaked out. You don't even know them. Holy cow! Alice in Chains. How about that?
Yeah,
Alice
saw
in
them last
Chains. Year. Yeah. So yeah, Guns N' Roses gonna be. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how Axl handles the tour, because he's always been a pain in the ass, always. So we'll see if he's matured at all.
He seems to have. He's kind of.
I think he's sort of grown up.
The
finally.
Chicago shows the Pretenders. So, man, I love me some Pretenders, man. I'd almost rather go.
Where are they playing over there at Soldiers Field? Soldiers.
Over there behind the Jewels over there.
yeah, I don't know. Where are they playing? Let me see. Illinois. It doesn't say where they're playing. I imagine it's Soldier Field, right?
I think it's Wrigley. I think.
Is it Wrigley? Oh God, that's even worse. America loves Wrigley, but if you've ever been in a neighborhood, forget about the parking.
Yeah,
creepers. Yeah, I used to play in a club that was like a block from Wrigley, and the parking was just horrible. No, what that was it called? Jeez. I'd have to call my buddy Dan or Mario to find out. I can't remember, but it was like a block from Wrigley, and I had to park under the L tracks, and I'm glad I didn't get mugged. Look at that hippie. Let's get his ass mugged.
Yeah, that was 15, 20 years ago, too.
So. Yeah. Back when I was a young man. And actually,
would not advise that today.
Shit about me. Yeah. Oh, also on their Guns N' Roses. I'm not surprised, though, because I've seen her singing with Guns N' Roses recently at some of their shows, and that would be none other than Carrie Underwood.
Oh, yeah, she said. Yeah, she said Axl come out.
Look at this shit. Look at that. She's not missing leg day one bit. She's working out every leg day, man. Her legs are unbelievable. Wow. Man, she could whack me upside the head and send me into freaking 2025. I swear to God, boy, she got great legs. And they I've seen it. What were they doing? The big hit, Sweet Child of Mine, probably.
Yeah, she did that, and I think they did one other one too. It was probably Welcome to maybe, I don't know, I can't remember, but yes, Sweet Child of Mine. Yeah, she talked Axl into joining her a couple times on her tour, so yeah, she's a big fan. So she's gonna be opening up for him. That'd be quite a bill.
Holy cow, she's so badass. Just the fact that she's got her shit together and she ain't sitting. She's working out hard. I mean, them legs are unbelievable.
Yeah, these young country women, man, they're bringing quite a show these days, man. They're
Look at that definition on them.
You got her. You got
wow.
Well, Taylor, as we're going to talk about now, Taylor Swift. She's got the big tour going. Just came through Chicago.
Yeah. Oh man, it's amazing. Yeah. Wow. We saw Janet, and let's be honest, we were expecting more. We were expecting more from Janet. And by golly, here comes Taylor Swift rolling into town. And it's like, it's like the coming of Cleopatra or something.
Yeah.
Cleopatra revisited and coming to actual Chicago. Unbelievable. The fact that she played 3 nights here in Chicago. She
played at the Soldiers Field.
Yeah, the Soldiers Field. Just in case anybody knows, it's not really Soldiers, it's Soldier Field. But we like to call it Soldiers, because we're from the area, so we like to screw it up for you. But yeah, Taylor Swift and her fans are out of their mind. The lines on the merch trailer.
Yes.
They were there from 1 a.m. the night before.
Yep.
Lining up just to get merchandise.
Just to get some merch. Didn't even have tickets for the show.
Just to get the merch.
Just wanted to have they've had different T-shirts, different ones, which, it'd be cool to get different T-shirts, but to put that kind of commitment into it, and who knows what they were going for.
That's mind-blowing. And then we see in headlights like Taylor Swift fans wearing diapers to her concerts because they don't want to miss 1 second. They don't want to miss one song. They don't miss anything. So they're wearing diapers. And then it turns out when they come out of the concert, they've got amnesia, for crying out loud. Some fans are claiming they've got amnesia
What?
because
I've
it
heard
was
this
so
one.
such a stunning. It was such a stunning show that they're just their mind can't comprehend it. It's
Oh, I thought like they couldn't remember anything before it. Like it was
just
like the Big Bang or something.
just
Like nothing
yeah.
nothing existed before seeing Taylor
Oh.
Swift.
And what's funny here is on this headline, Taylor Swift fans wearing diapers for concerts. The first comment caught me. I think you should hear it. It says, I went to a Dave Matthews concert about 15 years ago, and teenagers just wore skirts and squatted and peed right next to us. It was disgusting. And I think, Dave Matthews, people seems to be the excrement, Dave Matthews and excrement seem to go hand in hand anymore. So
yes,
wow, he's grabbed onto a real subject there, man.
They seem to have some potty issues there or something.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, these Taylor Swift fans are out of their minds. You
got to give it to them. I've never heard of that before. Of all the hardcore fans of whatever band you want to name, I've never heard of that before.
Yeah,
man.
Doing that, and like I said, they end up with amnesia and they can't remember squat, and it's like, this is great. But yeah, wow. Taylor Swift brings the big production, the humongous show, unbelievable, magnificent. Janet Jackson is in that same level. She should have brought the same amount of production and phantasmic and blah blah blah, and all we got was just a It was just, I don't know. What a shame. But apparently Taylor's bringing it, man. So, good for her.
I guess she hasn't toured her last 3 albums. So I guess she has, a lot of stuff to fall back on that hasn't been heard live, ever. So, I'm not, I don't know one of her songs from another, but I'm sure I've heard a couple from here. Just being around,
it's crazy, but yeah.
But you know what? Honestly, yeah. I mean, of all the, you always hear the big, whatever through the years, the big band coming through town. I don't think I've ever remember anything quite like this, man. It's
yeah, this was
not
really
just from the media. I mean, just from being out and about and hearing people and seeing people in the t-shirts and hearing people talking and stuff.
Man, oh man. But yeah. So Taylor Swift bringing it, man. That's crazy cool. Yeah, where is she? Oh, there she is. Sweet old Taylor. Oh, gosh, she's so sweet. She just rips boyfriends apart. So, God bless her. I'll tell you what. But yeah, where's our Janet Jackson type of rock and roll concert? Speaking of interesting females in concerts, our very own Shania Twain has been sort of getting ripped on her tour so far. Apparently, not acting her age, according to this article I read. She's not she's
she's trying to regain the crown from Taylor, or I don't know what's going on there, but it sounds like she's kind of overreaching a bit.
Well, it says and her fans, that and the article says here, and are hard to fool with poorly lip sync performances and awkwardly forced choreography. Wow. They're not buying it. So apparently this show, maybe it's just the beginning of the show and they're just getting the kinks out or whatever. We're going to be seeing her, so she better bring it, Shania. Bring it if you need any support or back rub or something. We're here for you. Because you got to bring it. It's Chicago. We ain't going to put up with shit. It'd be a shame if she's just going through the motions instead of really.
Yeah, we'll see firsthand for sure.
So. My gosh, but yeah, apparently she's not doing too well. But we know how that is.
She's touring this new album, "The Queen of Me." So apparently that's not doing very well either. I think like her last couple albums have kind of tanked. So sounds like she's kind of gotten maybe in desperation mode a little bit, trying to regain the Shania of
boy.
Yesteryear, I don't know.
Yeah, age gracefully. Just deal with it. Should have stayed with Mutt. He'd make you a star.
Right? Yeah, you got that right. Yeah, you got that right.
Oh man.
But she had, I want to say, back-to-back 10 million selling albums, man. I mean, she wasn't,
back in the
lightweight. So.
Oh yeah, back in the MTV
late 90s
days.
Yeah.
She had some real her and Faith Hill. Ooh, wow, they had some great videos on there. Country Gals Represent. Oof. So we'll see how she, we'll see how she manages. Oh, this is interesting. I found this one interesting. There he is, David Byrne. Oh yes,
got the big suit. Yeah,
got the big suit on. And
I've seen the big suit. It's the Hall of Fame.
Are
Yeah,
they
that's pretty cool.
suing him? Let me see. He's got a production coming up of from a Broadway union because he's in the Broadway theater with Here Lies Love, and apparently he's using pre-recorded music instead of union musicians, and that isn't turning out real good for him. Apparently, the musicians union, which at one point I was actually a part of, the American Federation of Musicians. I was actually in that organization at one point. But his upcoming,
do you have your card like when the Blues Brothers came around looking for the card from the good old boys,
the good old Blues Boys, yeah. Oh, but David Burns, Here Lies Love. It's facing opposition from a labor union that represents Broadway musicians. According to the American Federation of Musicians, he should have 19 union musicians playing on that play or whatever it is, a Broadway musical. And so this is really interesting, Wow, because I imagine.
Well, just to start with the subject matter, the musical "Here Lies Love." It's about Imelda Marcos. You remember her?
Wow, sure, the shoe gal.
Yeah, the
Philippines.
Shoe gal from the Philippines. Yeah, from what was her husband's name?
Oh, gosh, he was horrible.
Now, but so I can't imagine what a musical about her would be like with David Byrne at the helm. But who knows? Apparently, it's on Broadway. So, and they're trying to get a special situation compensation kind of thing, saying so they don't have to do it. And what's so special about it? What, you don't want to? You don't want to pay them? That's what's special. Why can't you?
That would probably break the musical. It'd probably break the budget. If you got to hire
that's the case a lot of times.
musicians, if you got to hire,
I'm sure that keeps
musicians,
a lot of people from doing musicals. All that kind of stuff. But
wow, especially union scale. So sorry, wow, he's sort of in a pickle. We'll see how this turns out. I'm sure we haven't heard the last of this. So
I mean, I guess good to see the unions out there, doing their job and finding musicians work. But
yeah, it's just I don't know. I've got my dad's union card from like back in the 40s, I think.
Right.
I've still got it from the Chicago Union. Yeah. So freaking A, good luck, man. Good luck, David.
Yeah, he seems they're kind of trying to work out some kind of deal. So we'll see if something comes of that.
Yeah. Okay. Finally, here a Triumph, the classic group Triumph, man. Everybody, we all remember they were a big part of the 70s, 80s, probably 70s more than 80s, but
80s more than 70 actually.
80s?
Late 70s and 80s, yeah.
Yeah, they're putting out a tribute album, and it's going to feature they're not putting out a Triumph tribute album. It's being put out featuring Nancy Wilson, Joey Belladonna, or as I call Bag of Donuts, Joey Bag of Donuts Belladonna, Sebastian Bach, Nita Strauss, our favorite female guitarist, and others. So Triumph seems like
they got Lawrence Gowan, the guy from Styx that replaced Dennis DeYoung. Remember we saw him last year.
Sure.
Yeah, he's pretty good. They got Mickey Thomas,
the Starship,
who's Starship vocalist. Also, remember the song Elvin Bishop, "Fooled Around and Fell in Love"?
Absolutely.
Mickey Thomas. Yeah, that's Mickey Thomas on vocals.
Oh my gosh, they got Tommy Aldridge on drums from White Snake and Black Oak, Arkansas. They got Kenny Aronoff on drums. This is a who's who
with everybody. Yeah,
who's who of everything. Yeah. Wow. And
Phil X from Bon Jovi.
So, good for them, man. Well, they're legends from Canada.
So the money's going to it says a lot of the money. I don't know what the exactly percentage is. A lot, we'll see, but a lot of the money's going to Music Care. So I guess they had a documentary come out last year, Rock and Roll Machine, and they're not going to reunite.
Mike Levin ruled that out. He says we'd love to, but they just physically can't anymore. They're just too old, and that sucks. We're at the top. We're at the point, man. All our heroes are just if they are touring, it's close to their last tour, and a lot of them just can't even do it anymore.
Well, they did a brief reunion in 2008. And they split. Ricky Emmett split, and then they had Phil X filled in for a while, and he went on to play with Bon Jovi. He stepped in with Triumph back in the day, and so they did a brief get together in 2008, and then they were going to do a tour, but then the recession hit, and they were afraid to play into half packed houses, so they didn't do the tour, and then they weren't really, I guess, confident to go out and hit the road. So like 2011. And then by that time, they were like, "Nah, we're too old." Like that 3 years, made the difference. Where they're like, "Nah."
Yeah,
so,
and now we're 11 years.
Mike Levine
years
and
later,
the drummer Gilmore.
Gilmore. Yep.
Yeah. And,
oh boy. Well, there you go. But hey,
he says Rick Emmett could go. He's still out there playing. He could still do it. But the other two guys, he says there's no way they could do it. So
I know how they feel. I know how they feel about that, brother. Freaking A. Did you hear? Just on a closing note, if I may, David Lee Roth. What's up with him, Doc? Lately I've been seeing some goofy dance videos he's been doing.
Yeah, we talked about one of those a week or two
ago. And now this recent thing is he's redone Atomic Punk for some unknown, unbelievable reason.
I said it when we talked about him a couple of weeks ago. He's got a lot of time on his hands, man. He's got to. That guy's got to be bored out of his mind. He's like one of those guys. He's like an adrenaline junkie. He's always got to be doing something. Now I guess he's getting too old to do all the physical stuff, so he's doing all these goofy dance videos.
Do you have any kids? You have any kids?
No, he doesn't have any kids.
I'll be darned. I wonder what's up with that. But anyway, he redid Atomic Punk. Like he's gonna find some guitar. Here, okay, we're gonna redo Atomic Punk and just sort of do it like Eddie if you can. Why bother? Jeez,
because he's bored. That's why.
If you want to redo the vocals, just get the masters, knock your vocal out, and redo the vocals with the same band. Oh, you idiot! What's with this guy? He's gonna be entertaining for a long time, brother. He's gonna give us material for a long time. There's no doubt about that.
I think he's just bored and just can't think of anything really creative to do. So he's just dancing to these old tunes from the 80s or whatever, and redoing the same old songs. So
crazy man. Well, there you go, man. There's another week of rock craziness down the drain there. Boy, oh boy, it just keeps coming with the summer coming up and all the tours and whatnot. I'm sure we'll get a ton more great information, great material, and whatnot. So thanks, everybody. I'm Murph. Thanks for stopping by, and why don't you take us home, Doc?
Sincere thanks for watching. If you watch us so far all the way through, I hope everybody does. Just like I said, if you haven't watched us before, this is pretty much what we do every week, about an hour or so, give you the rock news and uncensored, unedited, just as what's on our mind, I guess. So if you could please subscribe, it's the best way to support us. So other than that, man, I hope you guys have a great rock and roll filled week, and we'll see you next week.